Hello everyone. So today we start with a protein metabolism. The topic is transamination. So this topic with protein metabolism we have four videos on which one is about transamination, second is about deamination, and third about trans deamination, and fourth about amino acid pool amino acid ammonia transport. So you watch all the videos. I hope you would like it. So now we start with a transamination. So now what is amino acid pool? So amino acid pool is the amino acid coming. So amino acids are coming from the absorbed, which are absorbed from intestine and are carried through portal blood, and the second by synthesis of non-essential amino acid. Number 3, by the breakdown of body proteins. In this way amino acids are coming together, and that is consist of an amino acid pool. So all the above three features together constitute amino acid pool that undergo metabolism in liver and extrahepatic tissue. Most amino acids are metabolized in liver and muscle. Now we see what are the sources of amino acids. So these are dietary protein, tissue breakdown, synthesis of non-essential amino acid. In this way we add amino acid to the amino acid, blood amino acid, that is ranging from 30 to 50 milligram per deciliter. Then utilization, we see utilization, it is utilized in the tissue protein synthesis, plasma protein formation, ketone bodies formation, formation of globulin of hemoglobin, formation of enzyme protein, then for protein hormones are synthesized, and also neurotransmitters, other nitrogen substances are synthesized, proteins of milk are synthesized from these all amino acids, and formation of glucose takes place by gluconeogenesis, and ammonia and urea are formed by amino acids. So in this way amino acids are utilized by these three processes, and synthesized by these three processes and utilized by this so many processes. So now the next, so now N catabolism, that is amino catabolism of amino acid. So amino group or nitrogen catabolism of amino acid. So formation of ammonia and urea can be discussed under these four topics. So we have four this type of videos which contain number 1 about transamination, then it is about deamination, then trans deamination, ammonia transport, and also urea cycle. Now what are catabolism of most of the amino acid? Catabolism is breakdown. So breakdown of most of the amino acid begins after transfer or removal of amino acid group, and which involve two types of reaction. In one it is transfer, that is transamination. In one it is removal, that is deamination reaction. So now first we come to the transamination reactions. It was discovered by Bruston and Kritzman, and definition, if we see the revised definition, is transamination is a reversible reaction in which a alpha amino group of one amino acid is transferred to a alpha keto acid, resulting in the formation of new amino acid and a new keto acid. So by this we can say that this amino acid, you can see the example, this amino acid, it donates its amino group to this keto acid and converts this amino acid. After transferring amino group is converted into keto acid, whereas keto acid after accepting the amino group is converted into this amino acid 2, and the enzyme responsible is aminotransferase or transaminase. Now characteristics of transamination, it takes place where the site is liver, kidney, heart and brain, and in all tissues to some extent only. It is reversible reaction catalyzed by enzymes. And what are the enzyme concerned? They are transaminases and aminotransferase enzymes. Coenzyme, you can see coenzyme required is vitamin B6, that is pyridoxal phosphate, PLP. Then first stage of in the first stage of catabolism, free amino acids except lysine, proline, glycine, histidine and threonine that do not go for catabolism, rest all. So LPGHT. Then in this type of reaction, in transamination reaction, amino acid 1 serves as donor, it donates its amino group, whereas amino and keto acid 2, which serves as an recipient, that is it accepts the amino group. And amino acid 1 donates its amino group to become an alpha keto acid 1, whereas keto acid 2 receives its amino group and it's converted into amino acid 2. Now there are many more examples. You can see this is the interconversion of pyruvate and alanine. Alanine is amino acid, it gives its NH2 group to this pyruvate. Okay? This pyruvate accepts this NH2 group and is converted into alanine. So this amino acid is you can say donor, and this keto acid is accepting and is converting into alanine. Then second you see oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate accepts its amino group from this amino acid and gets converted into aspartate. The same way alpha ketoglutarate, it takes its amino group from this amino acid and gets converted into glutamate. Then mechanism of transamination. So mechanism, it shows double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction is what? In both two displacements are there at the same time, and they show a typical ping pong mechanism in which one substrate binds to enzyme and it is converted into product and is removed from the second substrate, and second substrate binds and forms the product. In this way, first substrate binds to the enzyme, then first substrate is removed, then the enzyme complex what is formed that combines with second substrate, and in this way product is formed. Pyridoxine is a prosthetic group which binds the side chain of one of the lysine residue of enzyme protein by Schiff's base linkage. Schiff's base linkage is CH double bond N. The substrate 1, that is amino acid 1, binds its amino acid group and displaces PLP from Schiff's base, and in this way it PLP covalently attached to the enzyme protein, and after that this amino group is attached to form pyridoxamine. So instead of pyridoxine or pyridoxal, it is converted into pyridoxamine. So amine group, first this pyridoxine takes it, and then it reacts with keto acid forming Schiff's base again and hydrolyzed to form pyridoxal phosphate, and this amino group is generated or transferred to the keto acid, and in this way this PLP is again regenerated and reused. You can see here pyridine, this is pyridoxine with CH2OH. When it is aldehyde, it is pyridoxal phosphate, and when it is amino group, then it is pyridoxamine. Now you see the reaction, how it is taking place. The first amino acid, that is the donor amino acid, it donates its amino group and converts it into new keto acid, and the amino group is transferred to this PLP, and then PLP is converted into amino pyridoxamine in this way, and this amino group is then transported to new amino keto acid, which receives it and gets converted into new amino acid. So it is two-step reaction in which ping pong takes place. One substrate is first attached to this enzyme and a coenzyme, then coenzyme is converted into this form, and then coenzyme takes the new amino synthesizes new amino acid by keto acid. Now enzymes of transamination. The enzymes responsible for transamination are aminotransferase or transaminases. There are many transaminases or aminotransferases present in the cell, but most specific keto acid acting amino group acceptor or donor can be any. So they are named after the amino acid and which lose amino group. Though all amino acids do not undergo transamination, this we have seen that light LP GHT. Then transamination of essential amino acid is unidirectional towards the catabolism due to corresponding keto acids are not synthesized in our body. Then the very two important transaminases, which are very important enzymes to diagnose liver disease and also to the myocardial infarction, they are GPT, which is also known as ALT or alanine transaminase. GPT is glutamate pyruvate transaminase. Then the other is GOT, which is known as AST, that is aspartate transferase, or it is also known as glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase. So first, in this first amino acid, that is donor amino acid, is alanine. It gives this NH2 and gets converted into pyruvate. The NH2 is taken up by this alpha ketoglutarate, and this alpha ketoglutarate takes NH2 and is get converted into glutamate. So you see, glutamate and alpha ketoglutarate are the same for both, and instead of alanine, now the amino acid donor is aspartate, and hence it is get converted into oxaloacetate, and it transfers its an amino group to alpha ketoglutarate, which gets converted into glutamate, and the enzyme responsible is aspartate transferase, and here it is alanine transferate. It takes place in presence of PLP. Now alanine aminotransferase, that is also known as ALT or SGPT, that is serum glutamate pyruvate transaminase. It catalyzes the transamination reaction in which alanine is the alpha amino group donor, and ALT is also known as serum glutamate oxaloacetate. Sorry, it is not oxaloacetate. ALT is also called as serum glutamate pyruvate transaminase. Then aspartate aminotransferase catalyzes the transamination reaction in which aspartate is the alpha amino group donor and amino acid, which AST is also known as serum glutamate pyruvate serum glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase. Then valine aminotransferase catalyzes the transamination reaction, and with that name it is also known as valine amino group is donor amino acid, in which valine donates its amino group, and the enzyme is valine aminotransferase. Then aminotransferases are intracellular enzymes, and they significantly increase in activities of serum SGPT, ALT and SGOT, AST in LFTs, that is liver function test, indicate the necrosis or damage of liver and muscles. Liver and muscles, both cardiac and skeletal muscles, are rich in GPT and GOT, that is ALT and AST. Now the clinically focused, if we see, the two specific transaminases are of clinical importance. They are important in evaluating heart and liver damage caused by heart attack, infection or drug or environment toxicity. Both these enzymes are in high concentration in myocardium and in liver. Their determination is of limited value in differential diagnosis of jaundice because of overlap. Now this SGPT or ALT, its normal value is from 3 to 17 international unit per liter. Liver contains both these enzymes but more of ALT. And there is no rise of SGPT in myocardial infarction. In myocardial infarction, this ALT has no role. But SGOT and AST, normal serum activity, it is from 4 to 17 IU units per liter, and serum of enzymes levels, you can see, if it is more than 350 IU per liter, usually it is fatal and due to massive infarction, and levels, if it is more than 150 IU per liter, associated with high mortality, whereas less than 50 are associated with low mortality. Highest level of abnormal levels occur on second day of infarction, and rise depends on the size of infarction. Then extra cardiac factors also, like increase in liver disease, but it is less than ALT. Increase in muscular dystrophies, myositis, no increase in muscular disease of nervous origin. Increased activity is seen in acute pancreatitis, leukemias, in acute hemolytic anemia. In normal persons after prolonged severe exercise, arise has been seen in therapy with erythromycin. Then they assess the liver function and hepatocellular damage, which may be due to extensive hepatic cell necrosis, hepatic disorders. AST in the blood also increases with the possible damage to heart, which needs to be confirmed by other tests. Consuming hepatotoxic medicines such as anti-TB drugs, consuming chemicals like chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, etc. In viral hepatitis, in liver cirrhosis, in such conditions there is a release of these intracellular enzymes from injured hepatic cells into bloodstream. SGPT and SGOT also elevate in acute hemolytic anemia, acute pancreatitis, and leukemias. So the SGPT level is fairly specific for liver damage. The normal level of SGPT is from 5 to 40 IU per liter. And SGOT level rises in both muscular and liver diseases. The normal levels of SGOT are from 10 to 40 IU per liter. SGPT level it is 5 to 17 IU per liter. And SGOT increases in clinical conditions associated with muscular damage such as MI, muscular dystrophy, myositis, physical trauma to skeletal muscles, etc. Thank you very much. I hope you understood, and you can also, if you liked my videos, then you can subscribe it so that you can get the notification for the next videos. So I will surely upload. If you have any request or any important topic which you want to study, you can write me in your comment box, or you can mail me on this drsumanjain1971 @gmail.com. Thank you very much.